A lot of people wonder how you're supposed to know when a book is ready to be shown to the world. How do you know when it's not just a hard little unripe sour thing like the green fruit you find everywhere in the Blue Mountains in the spring and early summer? How do you know when it's gone from this to this, ripe and ready to consume? I guess one way of looking at it would be to ask yourself, can I see this book sitting in a bookshop ready to buy? The way I would ask myself if I would be proud to sell my blueberries at Blackheath Growers' Market. Blackheath Growers' Market happens once a month up the highway near the Blackheath Community Hall. Producers from around and beyond the mountains sell their fruit and veggies here, all of them fresh and ready to eat. You can also buy all the crop seedlings you could possibly need. There's also bush food and meat. And baked goods. And honey. And whiskey. And even a knife sharpener. Or perhaps that analogy doesn't really hold. Perhaps all those ripe fruit and vegetables are your ideas come to fruition, and you still have to make something out of them, i.e. a book. If you cross the Gross Valley from where I live, you get to Bilpin, a part of the Blue Mountains still known for its apple orchards. And some of the orchards belong to Bilpin Cider, which has a very welcoming and enjoyable cellar door. At Bilpin Cider, they know how to take raw material and refine it into something that really hits the spot. which is what I always try to do as a writer. In this case, of course, the raw material ferments. I have to admit I'm a big fan of their non-alcoholic cider. But they have an amazing range and it's all great. We came here many, many years ago when there was just one little shed and one man in it, and they made all their cider on site. Now they make so much that they have to manufacture it on the outskirts of Sydney, but they still grow the apples up here. The only commercial apple orchard still left on my side of the Grose Valley, the southern part of the Blue Mountains, is on Shipley Plateau near Blackheath. It's called Logan Brae and it's been here for over 100 years. In its apple shop, you can of course buy apples. You can also watch a demonstration of an antique apple corer and peeler, probably from the early days of the orchard. Though apparently this magnificent piece of old machinery is the one they use the most. You can also buy a fabulous apple pie and then take it down the back of the orchard where you can sit and eat it, looking out at the most fantastic view. Among the chickens. That's all very well, I hear you say, but making a book is not the same as making cider or making an apple pie. It's different. Well, it is different, but if someone spits out a mouthful of your apple pie because it's undercooked, it's not that different from someone not finishing your text because it's undercooked. I mean, if that happens, if someone stops reading, you know there's still something wrong with it, that it's still not finished. I suppose another way of looking at it is that if you're reading through your own text and your eye keeps on snagging on something that you can't read smoothly, that something's just bothering you, then also you know it's not finished. This isn't a growing metaphor, but it's a good one. Combing your hair. When I comb my hair, which granted is dead straight, I sometimes get snagged on a knot and I have to keep picking away at it and combing until the snag disappears. It's the same when you're building a paragraph or a chapter. Keep fiddling till it goes down smoothly, till you can read it and your mind doesn't catch on anything. Last but not least, before you send anything to anyone, there are 3 things you should make sure you have. 1, big, wide margins. 2, no single spacing, either double or 1.5. 3, indented paragraphs. Now, this is it just makes it so much easier for people to read your stuff. So it's like giving people a knife and a fork before they start eating. It makes it easier for them and it makes it easier for you in the end because they will keep reading. Anyway, that's my advice, and until next time, happy rereading and rereading and rereading.